Hi everyone, I hope you're all keeping well out there. I thought since we're in lockdown and there's not that much we can do because we can't get out and about, that I would try and do a little bit of a story time today. So as you can see around me, I am currently at home in what it used to kind of be a family study. It's not really well equipped to be a study. It's a bit narrow and it's now got all this junk around it, but basically it's become a little bit more of a cubby for my dad, who is a massive music LP collector, concert goer, all this sort of stuff. Basically, this whole room is just darted with music stuff from my dad, just kind of doing what he loves doing. Now, the story today I want to share is about how we got my dad to meet Alice Cooper in person. My dad's obviously a massive concert goer ever since he was a little kid, and always been into kind of that typical 70s, 80s heavy rock music. For all the concerts he goes to, I mean, he's put a bit of background. He's roughly at one every 2 weeks to 2 to 4 weeks, just on the trot for the last, 40 years. So with a lot of these larger rock stars, he's probably paid at least one of their child's college tuition. Got them right through university. The amount he invests in going to these concerts, primarily at the SECC in Glasgow. Last year, my dad turned 60. And I always thought, when I was a kid, I was always thinking to myself, wow, when my parents get to 60 years old, which was the age my grandfather was when I was born, I thought I would be a bit more in a position they were like when I was born, which kind of got to where they wanted to be in their careers, kind of made ground for that. I thought I'd be kind of typical kid mentality of being rich and successful by this point. And as the years got closer, it very quickly became apparent that that wasn't going to be the case. It still isn't the case. You're still doing the graft, you're still doing the grind, but every kid's got to have a dream. So, when I was a kid, I always thought, right, so when my folks turn 60, I would try and do something for them that I would not be able to do otherwise. And I had all these big thoughts. So for my dad, who's obviously older than my mother, for his 60th, what would I do? And I thought, I could get a guitar and try and get that signed by say like Angus Young or something, or a vintage guitar that they've used on stage. So something along those lines. And then over the last couple of years, I realised that that's way out of my price range. It was just something that I was not able to feasibly do. But I came up with a solution. I was like, what if, rather than buying him a physical thing, so as you can see, there's not really that much more room to put physical things in, is what if we got an experience for him? And unfortunately, with most experiences, kind of what do you do in a lower price range? So I can't really fly him out to see anyone. I can't really try and harass any of these older pop stars who are in their 70s now to fly over and come meet some random fan they've never met before. So kind of going through, we could have got maybe like a stage pass where he could go and stay in a nice booth and watch a concert or something along those lines, but nothing really came to mind until I kind of had an epiphany moment, which was, for all the years he's gone to see these bands, he has only ever bought a base rate ticket and stood from the middle towards the back in standing. Unless it's in all seating, then he just gets whatever tickets available where you can kind of see what's going on. But he's never splurged out for like a VIP ticket or something that gets him right in and close and experience it in a way that he hasn't done before. So we thought this might be an alternative route. So going through online, trying to find out what was available within the UK, what concerts were going on and what kind of packages you could get. Now, the issue we had was, because a lot of these guys are now in their 70s. Whether it's because they just don't have the stamina anymore, or they just don't care, they just need to recover after each one. It takes so much out of them, they need that time to recover. But on a lot of them, a lot of the packages were more about catering. Get into the booth, or you can get in early, you get, and maybe like a t-shirt. There's no point getting more memorabilia because, well, as a focus, because there's already too much of it in here, and there's more up in the attic, and there's some next door. So that was out of the question. We had to look at other deals. There was only one that came up, and it was for Ozzy Osbourne, and that appeared pretty good. But unfortunately, that was the year where Ozzy just cancelled his whole tour because I think he had pneumonia or something similar to that. Right, so looking through this Alice Cooper package, it was absolutely perfect. It was spot on for what we wanted, and from what I thought of as a kid, it costed about a fraction of the price it was actually going to be. Because I mean, some of these guitars go for multiples of thousands of pounds when signed. So I was kind of like, that's completely out of the question. But basically, that was the experience. Put it into a novelty little ticket. Like, so that's the ticket. Got just a bit of a novelty. Put the single worst photo of him on there. Look at that face. And basically, that was how we presented it at his birthday. Like so.
Yes! I'm going to meet Alice Cooper.
That's really words. Look at the back.
Sorry?
There's bits on the back.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
You're invited to rock and roll with the one and only Alice Cooper at the event complex in Aberdeen on the 5/10/2019, where you'll be treated as a VIP. Happy 60th birthday, Gordon. All our love, Margaret, Callum and Kaylee.
Wow.
It's more than that as well. You get, you get a photograph, meet Alice Cooper, photograph with him. You get to go backstage. You get to go photos with all the props.
And then you get to marry him.
I'm going to meet Alice Cooper, Dad.
Oh, and Dad. All the people who are VIPs get their names put in a hat, and you might get to go on stage with Alice Cooper and put your head in the guillotine.
I'd be able to sing. Imagine I could sing with Alice. Oh, thank you. Gobsmacked.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I'm just...
He's going to be sitting tonight with whiskey, chocolate, Alice Cooper beside him.
You were just getting a glass with 60.
I'm going to be
that's...
Now, as you can tell, he was absolutely over the moon. I was not expecting that reaction at all. I was expecting just a little cheerful face, but he just had a slight meltdown of over happiness, and I could not believe it. I was so satisfied with how that turned out, and even on the day, it was spectacular. It was a great day. Enjoyed every moment of it. So going around, this is a very streamlined LP collection. This used to be way bigger. Used to take up multiple boxes upstairs. I think 14, 15 boxes, something like that. And then this, if you ignore the Iron Man figure, is old tickets from when he used to go to the Caird Hall in Dundee back in the 70s and 80s, back when they used to give you a little stump ticket. Then over here is the main event. That was my dad getting his photo taken with Alice Cooper. That was what it all built up towards. And then you've got some other things. Certificate of Insanity. Then you've got one of probably five signed posters. My dad got them all framed because, you know, why not? And then me and my sister both have one poster each that's signed up in our flat somewhere. That was the tour, all signed again. That was the signed ticket stub from the day. And then over here is a $1 billion note that should also be signed somewhere. Can't seem to see it. And then that was his VIP pass. So as you can see from this little shrine, he was well chuffed with the day. Well chuffed. I think we managed to pull off something that was way out of his expectations, which makes me so happy. How's the bar going? Good. So we're currently at XS P&J Live. See Alice Cooper. Everyone's gone to the toilet. It's just me and this massive queue.
I've seen about a dozen people with these tonight.
That's warm up done. Main event. Everyone looks super ecstatic.